Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, hello and welcome back, and thank you so much for clicking on my video, my fellow chess enthusiast. In today's episode, what we're going to be doing is pursuing the prestigious 2000 ELO rating on chess.com. I am already 2000 rated on Lichess, but does that really mean anything? The ELO system that has been adopted by the masses is that of chess.com, and so we are going to be making the push, and I'm going to be posting these videos, win or lose, to see, do I really have what it takes to hang, to tango with the big dogs. This is a pawn gambit line, so now I am simply up a pawn where the opponent has a huge lead in development, and I know I was doing a little bit of an intro while the game started. I think we're going to just calm, cool, and collected pin that. We have to take it. He hits me with his check, and I'm just losing. It's completely equal right now, but I'm in trouble. I'm going to take a deep breath. Maybe I should be thinking about what I'm doing instead of just blitzing out moves where the opponent has spent 13 seconds and I think is doing quite well. Now, all that I'm really noticing is this pawn is a little bit frail. Only defended by the queen, but if I capture here, he's still defending. So we might just do something like develop a knight. I'm going to need to push some pawns. So he wants to castle this way. The best course of action may be that of queen somewhere and castle this way. Now that is a risque maneuver, but we came here to have fun. And so we're going to try and get better at chess and have fun. I can also just push this, greatly weakening the pawn. This pawn is already a weak pawn, but oof. I'm really not having a whole heckin' lot of fun. What about getting freaky with the queen? Does that do anything useful? I think I'm probably going to just have to push something here. But if I push and he just brings the rook, then like really what am I doing? I mean, this seems like an active type move. Let's do it. It's going to enable me to castle. But then he's just got tempo winning moves like this. Sort of. I mean, that's defended by the knight. So if you play something like this, I could capture, queen comes out. Then I jump over, reaffirming the attack. And I guess we really do got to be scared of this. Got to get the king out of the center, long story short. I'm already not so confident. Ooh, he's stepping out of it. That is probably a great idea. But I can get my king out of the center now, and I think... Oh, wait, I can't castle. Yikes. Stepping up, stepping here. I could just capture, queen comes out, and then attack the queen like this. Probably he'll just come forward, or like plant this guy in the middle of the board. This. You know what? Capture here, attack the queen. You gotta stay defending this pawn to some extent. This is not such a good position for me. What if I push forward and just go for this? Boom. I think we got to go for something. That does beg this a little attack. I guess we're really just fighting to get my pieces developed here. I'm struggling out of the opening a little bit, falling for that. The weakest square, the sacrifice on f7 is always so common. I don't know how I let that slide, but fortunately, we're not completely losing. If anything, it's like a -1 for me. So we're fighting back. This dude is rated 1700. He has played exceedingly fast thus far in the game, which is definitely a cause for a minute amount of concern, but I think we're going to be all right. Like, my pieces aren't terrible, and his pieces aren't incredibly active either. And at least temporarily, this pawn is just, it is a little bit weak. He could just go ahead, I mean, he could just go ahead and push. Where if I capture, he captures, I capture. He jumps in. Really cutting off a lot of crucial squares there. So this pawn push might, in fact, be quite decent for our opponent. But what about boom, boom? You bring the queen. I then attack the queen. queen goes anywhere and everywhere, then we recapture, then you capture, then I capture, then the queen would get in. I don't think... This pawn push is actually what we're a little bit afraid about right here. This knight on the side of the board, I kind of don't believe in it. I think we can step forward. Like, if he plays something like this, we can just capture. I don't believe that that's going to work incredibly well. Of course, the queen is being attacked. This seems like it keeps an eye on this rook. We're going to go for this. You could launch forward. But really what we're doing here is we're threatening this by like this. The only thing defending this knight, the only thing defending the knight is the queen. So I think we can just capture the knight. Where if you capture back, that's just mate. Is my queen going to get trapped somewhere along the way? What about like this? Sacrifice with check. I step over. No more calculation. I think we just take this. Unless I'm missing something. There's definitely this. But then I slide. Am I crazy or is that just mate in one? Did he just fall for that? We make the push towards 2,000 on a strong start. Now, was the beginning or any part of that game, how long even was that? 6 minutes? What I'm trying to do here is make a new, like a new series, Road to 2000. And that was a sloppy performance by both of us, but mine was just like a positional fudge up. His was a hanging mate in one due to tactics. Now, what I'm curious about here, I think this is going to be the best move because I would have to play something like this, where you could just completely abandon. Oh, no, you have to reckon with this. Oof. And it's okay. Boom, boom. Okay, let's not dive into... What am I talking about? I won the game of chess. Almost certainly I will be playing another. Should we analyze that? I suppose we...
Ladies and gentlemen,
And here we are in the analysis, and there is not too much to analyze, and as you can see, we are doing this in the Lichess database, and so the aspect ratio of this is going to be absolutely horrendous, but you can see the chessboard, and you can see right here the computer analysis. So let's just hop right into this. I don't know how I fell for that little F7 sacrifice. I've literally fallen for that in bullet so many times. So during this part of the game, I was literally just yapping, but this is a pawn gambit. That is not good for white, but you get a huge lead in development. So now he's got 3 pieces developed and I have 1. And so he's literally just throwing a pawn at me saying, I have a lead in development, I'm ready to castle, and your pieces have arguably hardly even moved. So immediately I fall for this stupid tactic, which I spent 10 seconds looking at this. So I guess 9 seconds of that I was yapping and the other 1 second I was blundering. And so, I mean, this is pretty rudimentary. The saving grace is I at least do get the bishop. I'm not just completely losing a piece here. So we get the bishop, big check comes in, and then he just recaptures. Now, if I wanted to completely condemn myself to losing this game, I would recapture immediately and allow the queen to get active. I'm not going to be doing that because now I am in a losing position, so we don't want to trade stuff. We want to keep it as complicated as possible and develop some pieces. And so, by the way, I'll show you the accuracy. 75% accurate. 1 blunder, and then our opponent 53. Look at that grass. That is about as ugly as it gets. So we're not going to analyze an incredible amount here. We get here active with the queen. We're setting up ideas of, like, you know, we're on the diagonal with the queen. We're looking at a weak pawn. We've got some options here, and we're also getting ready to access this rank. Okay, we then slide up a little tickle touch on the knight here, and then what? He walks directly into this tactic where the queen is overloaded. This is just a basic and simple overloading. You don't want to be doing the job of defending a lot of pieces with the queen because it's so powerful. And so this is just plain and simple here. I capture the knight, and if you capture back, you hang mate in 1. So you really just can't capture back. What I thought was like capture and then you block with something, either the knight or attack me. So I guess this would have worked. Or just attacking me. I was kind of considering this, but then I slide all the way over. You have to play something. Okay, that walks into losing the queen. Oh my god, because it would pull the rook off the back rank. And if you move the king, I'm taking you this way and you take the knight back. But if you take here, oh my god, same back rank problems. He never developed his bishop, so the rooks don't see each other. So the queen is doing the job of like defending stuff along the back rank. Okay, so we don't really need to analyze this incredibly in depth. He hung mate and won, and we checkmated him. So I think that 1800 on chess.com is a little bit weaker than 2000 on Lichess, going by that game. And as you get better at chess, you'll realize you can kind of screw up in the opening, and if you're decent at middle and end games, you're gonna make it back and win. And so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed any of that, please subscribe. I know that was a sloppy game, but what I'm gonna be doing is like recording my entire progression to 2000, and we're off to a good start. That was a sloppy game, but we got it done. We got the ELO. Please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. I love each and every one of you. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen,